regulatory framework which defines how we do things. So in this context, we need to understand where is the government going with this. So starting from a national health policy in 2017, which was clearly a very visionary policy, I would say. If you look at various countries, I think the government of India in 2017 did a fairly exemplary job of putting together a far-sighted document. How much of that is translated to reality is a question mark. Having said that, many parts of that are work in progress and many things have already come to fruition. So if you take, for example, the world's largest universal health insurance scheme, it is moving towards universal health insurance in the sense that 500 million out of 1.3 billion people are covered under a assured coverage program of 5 lakh rupees. It's huge. Not the world's richest countries don't have it. India has got it. So the poorest of the poor gets that. If you take the top of the pyramid, again, a large segment are insurance covered. Then you have the payer covered market. So today you're going towards a market where apart from a middle layer, almost everybody, right, about 250 million, who will soon also be subsumed into this coverage. So the APL category may also be subsumed. So you're going to potentially have a market where one way or the other, somebody else is paying for healthcare. This is going to open up. So the ABPMJ will evolve into something bigger. The IRDAI, 3 days back, recently came out with a target for insurance companies in terms of how they should expand the coverage, health insurance companies. So it is clear that policy, industry, everybody are working in alignment to build this larger market. But that means the role of the private sector, startups, entrepreneurs is going to be even more significant. The other sea change which is happening, as we all know, is like the UPI, Unified Payment Interface, we are looking at a unified health interface, which is coming place. The Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, which is bringing together not just the main, what you see as the hospitals, clinics, doctors, but the entire ecosystem of healthcare players into one unified digital ecosystem, where every individual, every healthcare provider, doctor, right, the government institutions, all connected to a digital background. What can entrepreneurs do to really leverage this? The third and other things, the hard reality, well-being, nutrition, women and child health, all of this is pretty bad today, right? India has some of the poorest health indices with respect to, in the last 2-3 years, it has become worse actually, where government claims to be spending money, in reality, nutrition is not reaching there. So before we get just top of the pyramid or middle, there is a bottom of the pyramid core issue that today things like Poshan is not happening. On the other hand, we have fitness becoming a mantra post-COVID. Many people are telling them, get into the fitness thing, well-being. And when I say well-being is different from wellness, because wellness could be preventive care, but well-being is the totality of physical, mental, spiritual health. So this part is another major trend which is now coming in, that you have so many gurus now, internet gurus, every day there is some pravachan or the other, of whichever religion. So this thing about how do I balance my inner world and outer world together. And finally, food is medicine. So whether you're talking about food supplements, organic food, everything is coming in. And this is becoming into a big marketplace, a unified marketplace. And the key part, we are talking about mass markets, but an audience of one often, because people are expecting personalization. So this is this market of 1 to market of 1 billion, right? How do I span this entire thing? The interesting points which have come in some recent studies is that post-COVID, all healthcare providers are going to multiple touch points. Earlier, where they were looking at single touch points, they're going to multiple touch points. So and this is often compounded, this particular trend, there is a challenge in terms of the trust deficit, which in different countries, the population have towards technology. So one interesting fact that was here was that in Indonesia, for example, 60% of the population trust health tech companies to provide healthcare to them. In India, it may be in the 20% range or maybe lower than that. Philippines is on 30%. So that is the trust thing that a tech company, non-traditional healthcare provider will have to move over, right, to transcend that particular challenge to really become a serious healthcare player. So inevitably, integrated offline, online type of models are coming together now. So not a single, not just offline or not just online, integrated, unified offline, online, multiple touch points is what really is the future that seems to be coming. And who are the players who want to drive this entire thing? But in this situation, we are then talking of this, and we like to use these words like disruptive innovation. So disruptive innovation was first coined by Clayton Christensen some 17 years back, but everybody loves such words, But if you look at India today, there are so many companies, but what is really disrupting, what is changing, like the UPI, right? And there are many companies in payments, which has come in, the fintech companies, etc., which are trying to do those disruptive things. In healthcare, truly, is there a product market fit? Is there a product need? Is there a market need that a product or a service is addressing? Or are we just doing technology for technology's sake? So these type of questions are going to be even more important, particularly in healthcare, where it is different from a typical consumer product or service delivery, right? Because healthcare is the most important thing for every individual. And if I play with it, so therefore, this totality of DGPR, data privacy, all of this comes. So the market which we are getting into is getting more and more complex, and startups are confronted with various challenges, right? So which are stage based, whether I'm just a early stage, I am at a growth stage, at early stage, I have to validate my technologies, I have to validate my product or service. Harnessing advanced technologies has become a major challenge in technology environments where it's a completely connected healthcare ecosystem. Where IoT, I believe the data is that in the next 5 years, 65% of all medtech will be on IoT-based devices. Today, it's about 49%, 50%. So we're seeing technology just going through and making, home and hospital, clinic, mobile, everything just a seamless transition. So before we start just imagining too many things, how do I come with a focused intervention, set of supportive activities that TiE Bangalore can offer, right? In a direct-to-customer, B2B2C market, all these things, right? And in fact, there was one last comment here. When you look at test beds and offering validation environments for pilots, often what is found for medtech companies, the pilots often hurt more than they help because they end up completely sapping the resources. So in supporting, how do you support correctly? So these are some of the points that confront us today. And I hope that with the introduction we're going to make now, the beginning we are making, with involvement from each one of you and the larger stakeholder community, we're able to make progress on both the opportunities and also effectively addressing some of the challenges. Not too many things, very focused. As my friend Shashi always says, take top 3 issues and then tackle. So with that, pleasure to be here. I also want to applaud the TiE Bangalore, charter member community for supporting this, the president and the entire secretariat here, because all of them come together to make this happen. And so we have a long, exciting agenda before us. So let it be a Shubha Arambham and, for our next years of activities. Thank you. Over to you, Shashi.
Thank you, Rajiv, for an inspiring introduction. So I would like to kind of open up my screen, just a mini PPT around what we are trying to do here. Yes. Are you all able to see this?
Yes.
Great.
Yes, we can.
Great. So good morning and welcome to the TiE Bangalore Healthcare SIG launch, special interest group, that's what it is. And just to keep the things with one kind of a mission or a goal, we have kind of come up with this thing as catalyzing healthcare startups. All of you are healthcare startups in different spaces. What TiE can do as an enabler is catalyzing, connecting, and doing the things that will take you to the next level over there. That's what the goal of the TiE SIG is going to be. And just to begin with, again, a context of where Rajiv left off, right? So healthcare is a sector with most diverse kind of thing. It's so interesting, he said wellness is different from well-being. It's a play of words, actually, maybe an English kind of thing over there. But that's the kind of a finicky line we tread on. Healthcare apps, IT, analytics, patient-centric, home healthcare, and more are there. And of course, the standard ones of hospital care, diagnostics, radiology exist, along with the big pillars like health insurance, government, and all. So very, very diverse things. So we were also looking at what are the things we are going to be assisting them over there. We came up with a big list. This is not the be all end all list, but just a beginning of it, because we had to put a line around how much we are looking at. Second one, each of the healthcare startup. I have been a health tech entrepreneur in the past, worked with an incubator, now running something on GTM. So I have personally seen both sides of the table as a healthcare entrepreneur, incubator, investor, as well as other things. These are the top 3 to 5 challenges we see over there consistently across all healthcare startups. Number one is, if you leave out investments, it's market access. Everybody wants how to access the market. Different channels, different geographies, different price points. Second one is, if you're a medtech startup, there is this thing around regulatory. How do we clear the regulatory hurdles, clinical validation, so many things are there. And again, medtechs have these challenges of long product development cycles. How do we sustain ourselves? How do we make sure we move faster? There are mistakes that are going to happen, but how do we kind of touch them faster, get out of it, get to the next stage over there? Those are the top 3, I would say. Coming into the sales, India, though a big market, is a very, very value conscious market. So pricing has to be extremely competitive. ROI has to be seen in every service you provide or a product you provide. And sales cycles are fairly long. Whether you look at a B2B or a B2C, you need to do that. Last and most importantly, healthcare startups, building the trust. That's something I didn't do, because healthcare industry is always about trust. You go to some brand because you know they are done. That's something that takes time to build. That's not something you can put a timeline. So these are the kind of startups. These are the kind of different challenges we envisage. So moving on, we thought about how do we create a charter for healthcare SIG to address it. And that's where we came up with the mission of the healthcare special interest groups. One is a kind of a long line we have put up as to knitting together all healthcare sector stakeholders and to build a robust healthcare ecosystem. Why did we come up with this? The reason is one cannot coexist without the other. You need consumers, you need market, you need investors, you need test beds. All of them kind of are in a, what you call as a pipeline kind of a thing. You need all of them. But we as startups, we still kind of struggle. What is the next stage in my journey? How do I connect to them? How do I get my early kind of thing? So that's the reason that our mission is, one of the missions is knitting together all healthcare stakeholders and building a healthcare system, healthcare ecosystem. That way, when you have all the sector stakeholders on one platform, easy to access, easy to reach out, easy to get mentorship, that's one of the big goals. So we have listed out, government is as usual playing a big role in catalyzing Indian healthcare, so government. But challenges are there as to how to access government bodies. State is different from public. There are different ways to access it. So we are trying to understand. Second one is public health. Those are the vulnerable communities. How do you go at a BBMP level, primary, secondary kind of hospital level. And of course, the hospitals, corporates, investors, mentors, and last and most importantly, being part of policy making. If you look at several other countries, the way they kind of have done is build together a very strong policy making bodies that defines standards for their country. So India is also getting somewhere over there. How do we influence them to build products that suit Bharat needs over there? That's the reason for having them also. So that's the 6 to 7 stakeholders we've got. And of course, startups are at the center of it, so I don't need to mention why they are not there. This SIG will also endeavor to be action-oriented in its activities. And we are looking at facilitating these actions to translate with respect to some impacts. Every action should have some impacts with timelines on the ground. That is what the mission of the healthcare SIG is going to be. So we are going to be, as you see on the other slide here, have connections to providers, professionals, CSRs, foundations, associations, insurance investors. That's the kind of a thing over there. Get attentive to it. Moving on, this is the objectives. Yes, that was a mission, but we also thought, how do we break down that mission into such few objectives over there? And lot of them are there. I'm still a big fan of 3 or 4 over there, but yes, we could not let go of a lot of good things that came up. We will take some of them in the due. First one is nurture, support, and scale up startup innovations that are sustainable. To begin with, we thought there's something coming up next. Identify the existing startups who are already in the market, identify them, curate them, make them part of the TiE cohort, and give them the support over there. That was the first goal we took up over there. We have some progress about that. Second one is facilitating the solutions by becoming deployment ready, right? You know, accessing hospitals and labs is a big challenge. It was always a challenge, but with COVID now, new protocols, come at this time, come at this, so many challenges are there. So one of the challenges of startups is getting deployment ready, clinical trials, compliance. And not all of them can go to the big hospitals like AIMS, or whatever it is there for such a long trials. You need pilots to run certain things, get some use cases out, works, not works, get feedback. That is the kind of a short pilots we're looking at, not long ones that have got principal investigators, long kind of things. So that's the kind of thing deployment ready. Third and most importantly, we have lots of people with rich experience that are needed by startups. And everyone comes with different backgrounds. Some have worked in IT, some have worked in medtech, etc. So we would like to kind of open this up such that startups are able to reach out to mentors, quickly get decisions on that and move on. And fourth, and everybody looks at it. I would like to raise a seed round. I would like to look at it, but that's not something we kind of say that, oh, this is something we are going to do. We only want you to be investable ready by using some of the initiatives over there. That's not something we do. But of course, TiE runs its own programs of connecting to investors, etc. That's something that goes on together. So wherever possible, we are also looking at in the last stages of opening international borders. Meaning, why don't we look at other countries where there are certain other opportunities over there? These are the top 3 or 4 objectives we have carved out for the Bangalore SIG in the coming months. So coming back to the first point I said, identifying existing startups in the ecosystem and celebrating their whatever they're doing and looking at supporting them in the next 1 year is the first goal we have taken up, and I'm happy to share that we have accomplished that goal as well. So my next slide is all about TiE healthcare cohort startups. We ran this contest maybe in Feb-March timeframe through a kind of a challenge program over there, identifying them for what are they working on, what's the progress they have made. They kind of pitched to a panel of experts, they kind of rated them on that. So today we have very pleased to announce the 10 startups that are being selected. Congratulations to the winners. Okay, and I know some of you are on travel, some of you have been able to make it up. So what I will do is read out the names, and then people who have been able to join this event, you can just take 30 seconds to 1 minute, speak about your startup over there. Let me begin with the names. The first one is Anatomic. Second is Digital Wellness, InstaHeal, CM of Healthcare, Mediseva, Life and Limb, Pixel, Ovals Life Sciences, and Well-Be. So I would like people from these startups who have come on for this event themselves to introduce and share a few words about their startups. Yes, someone has raised a hand. Yes, please go ahead. Mediseva, yes, there you are.
Hi, sir. Thank you so much, Asisha, for having us over here. So let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Vishesh Kasliwal. I'm the founder of Mediseva. So what Mediseva is doing is that we are opening multiple clinics. It is like digital clinics across villages, wherein the patient walks into the clinic and they get the consultation from a specialist or an MBBS doctor through video call. So we have already established around 35 clinics across multiple villages in Madhya Pradesh. Our plan is to expand across India. So definitely, I believe that with your help, I can very well do so. So thank you so much for all your support till date. And I'm hoping for more and more support from you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Vishesh, and congratulations once again.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I see two more hands have been raised. Who would like to go next?
Hi, this is Sujata Visheshwara from Digital Wellness. That's our brand. Thank you, Shashi, for this. So we are into addressing the mental health issues. We are into a space where we are addressing the huge colossal gap that exists today in the mental health space, from prevention to intervention. In fact, we have an AI-based, tech-based solution in each of these areas. And this is completely backed by research. We have partnered with some of the hospitals and have conducted these research before we've actually released these products to the market. It's available. We have 4 variants of the products, and it is available today on the app stores and Play Store. And for the enterprises, especially for the hospitals, we have an exclusive product that the hospitals are using this.
Thank you, and nice to know about this initiative. Mental health is gaining more and more attention post-COVID and other things. That's a new thing. Very relevant space, and congratulations, Sujata.
Thank you, Shashi.
Yeah. Who would like to go next?
Hi, Shashi. Good morning. This is Anusha from Pixel. Can I go ahead?
Yes, please go ahead.
Hi. So good morning, everyone. It's been a wonderful journey with TiE, and so I'm Anusha, founder of Pixel. Sorry. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'll just switch on the video. Hope it's fine now. Yeah. So we have developed a smart device for assisting long-term chronic disease patients in their medication journey. So we basically have a device which they hook onto the medicine strips, and it just records whenever the medicine is popped out. We are in the validation phase. We have tied up with a hospital where we are doing the validation along with some of the older communities. And we are looking to raise our pre-seed funding round, to reach to the commercialization. So yeah, happy to be part of the cohort. Thank you so much.
Yeah, congratulations, Pixel and Anusha. Okay. Who would like to go next?
Can I go
Rupa
ahead?
Rajan, you raised your hand. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, good morning, everyone. I think it's wonderful to be a part of this group and TiE Bangalore. I have a startup by name NutriSuper. Basically, we are into manufacturing of Indian soup products with ingredients indigenous to our food culture based on Ayurveda and naturopathy. I believe that your diet is especially a very important part of it. It's always been, but COVID has changed the way we look at food. So most of the time we reach out to food which is not healthy because we are unable to find something which is healthy, which we can replace it with. So that's the idea that we have come up with soup products, basically using lentils, spices, and some of the superfoods like moringa and Sesbania grandiflora. That's your Akse Soppu is what we call in Kannada, and using some grains like barley, fennel, pepper, long pepper, and things like that. So the idea is to promote sustainable eating practices, mindful eating, and also provide products which people can connect to, because food is all about connection, and it's just not about filling calories. It's about food is something which impacts your mind, body, soul. So we are here to promote this through our products, and also make it more close as Indian products. Soup products are globally which can appeal. So here I am very happy to be a part of the group, and look forward for your support in taking this to common public, and also to hospitals, because hospitals is where we find not good diets diet systems in place. Especially, I have experienced myself having been, just got stuck with the second wave in COVID and being hospitalized, and how diet is like really important. So I'm looking at connecting with healthcare startups who can help me with and reaching hospitals, dietitians, nutritionists, and working with wellness space. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thanks, Ruben. So any of the 10 startups that are there, please go ahead. Some of you raised your hand. Prachi, someone raised it just now. Please go
Yes. So, hi, I'm Prachi, co-founder of Life and Limb. We are
if
a
you're
medtech
able to turn on your video also, you can see, or I'm not sure if it's only me, but just that we can connect better. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is I'm traveling, so there's some network issue. I'll go ahead with the introduction. So we are a medtech company building user-specific bionic solutions, and our first product in line is Bionicle.
What's the name of the company?
Life and Limb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please continue.
Yeah, sure. So we are a medtech company which who are building user-specific bionic solutions, and our first product in line is Bionicle, which is a prosthetic hand. It's a user customized prosthetic hand for basically people with upper limb amputation, and it can achieve 14 grip patterns. It weighs less than 450 grams, which is comparable to the actual human hand, and it is water resistant. We are also trying to match the anatomy of the other limb of the patient, and it costs 80% less than the market. So that's the basic introduction of about our product. I'll send the email ID, contact details, and the website for our company as well in the chat. So yeah, that's it. And we are very happy to be part of 2022 healthcare cohort. Currently, we are in the clinical validation stage, and we are raising funds for pre-seed.
Very nice. Thank you, Prachi. Congratulations to you and your team.
Hello. If I can ask Ms. Prachi one question.
Yeah,
I'm Dr. Chakravarti. Is it like brain control, neuro control? Whether if the person thinks of moving the hand, will it automatically move?
No, sir. So it's myo controlled.
Sorry?
It's myoelectric. So basically it works.
Oh,
based on the
myoelectric.
muscles.
Okay, muscle
Yes.
based.
Yes.
Good. Such conversations can go on to having those things. So please reach out, connect, and happy from TiE Bangalore for us to help you out also. Any other startups from these 10 that have come into this session today would like to introduce themselves? Yes, Dr. Rahul Singh, please go ahead.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Rahul, and I am here on behalf of the Government Medical College in Greater Noida. We are called GIMS, Government Institute of Medical Sciences. We are UP's #1 COVID care center. When it was compared all around with the private infrastructure and the government infrastructure, we were #1 in patient care, #1 in research and publication, and of course, innovation. I'm heading the incubation center here, and purpose of coming to this particular meeting is to let people know of our strength. As a medical college, we have UG batches, PG batches. We have around 2,000 patients a day, more than 10 lakh of data, clinical data we have. The clinical strength that we have is we are a validation center for ICMR. And then too many people have approached us for their human trial. For example, in one of the particular startups where we met few of the startups, they had few products that heals the particular wound faster than the normal gauze and the cotton. One of the product was called Coco Heal. So like these products, there were many who have tested themselves on the animal product or in the laboratories, but not have tried on the human side. And these all before they come to
Dr. Rahul, in the interest of time, can I just keep it to short?
Yes.
1 minute. So what we can do is, great to know about this. We really would like to have people from you, from GIMS and other things. And we welcome you to be part of TiE because some of our startups would love to look at
exactly that is the sole purpose of communicating my strength. As a medical college, we have a huge potential based out of Greater Noida, near to Delhi, and we have everything that our startup requires.
So just please put up your LinkedIn stuff over here. We would like more of our startups to reach out to you. And if there are certain people like Dr. Rahul Singh who are bringing in complementary stuff to TiE SIG to enable the ecosystem, please go ahead and speak, because that's what we need from each one to strengthen the ecosystem, right? So thank you, Dr. Rahul Singh, for introducing yourself. I too will personally reach out to you and would love to get your inputs for TiE SIG Bank. Okay. I think someone from InstaHill, Ashok from InstaHill has raised his hand. Why don't you go ahead, Ashok?
Yeah. Hi. Good morning. This is Ashok from InstaHill. We are building InstaHill along with my co-founders, Dr. Geeta and Shrikant. InstaHill is a holistic healthcare platform to cure piles, PCOS, and ovarian cyst. We promote this platform as a holistic healthcare platform where we want to avoid surgeries, recurrence, and side effects for these chronic diseases. Why we started building this is like my co-founder. So we are siblings, 3 siblings. My co-founder is Dr. Geeta. She has treated in last 15 years 50,000 plus patients. So and this platform is operational since the last 18 months. What we observed is like most of the patients coming to the doctors, Ayurveda and homeopathy doctors, is for some or other chronic illness. And I also had lumbar spondylitis a couple of years ago, which got cured through homeopathy and some physiotherapy exercises. So my belief is stronger. My whole family takes either homeopathy or Ayurveda. So that is one thing. And I had surgery a couple of years ago in 2007 for my appendicitis, and it didn't went well. So I really I'm really not like I don't say hate, but I don't prefer that to anyone if it can be avoidable. So that is the like purpose why we are building InstaHill is, and our mission is to increase the adoption of holistic healthcare, and like why like the vision is to empower 10,000 plus Ayurveda homeopathy doctors and dietitians over the next 5 years, so that they can cure 10% of India's population from to start with piles, PCOS, and ovarian cyst. We're currently focusing on Pune only. We tried with different cities, but our strength is in this area. Like 80% of our users are from this city. So we're focusing here, learning how to basically create awareness as well as interact with the patient as well as doctors, and then like move to the other part of India. My objective to join this program is, yeah, thanks. Quickly, my objective, our objective is,
and please go ahead.
Yeah, so objective is we need help in go-to-market. I think I heard Shashi in Deshpande Startups, one of the sessions. So go-to-market is like help we required from this cohort. We are from the doctor side, we are good. We are, I think it's through referral we are getting, but from patient side, we are struggling or experimenting more things. One channel we found, like through the medical stores, we are getting some good leads, but we want to create awareness as well as get a good number of leads. So that is the help we want from this cohort. Thank you for thank you for accepting allowing us in this cohort. Thank you.
Sure. Firstly, congratulations. And yes, Rajiv from Ayurveda is also there. So there's a lot of connection synergy. You can guide you also on some of the things over there. So you're in the right space. Any other startups from this 10 who would like to speak and introduce themselves? Yeah, Nitin, go ahead, please.
Hi, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, hi. My name is Nitin. I'm the CEO and co-founder at MedPiper Technologies. Our logo is sitting right between InstaHill and SIGMAS, but we don't have the company name there. So I think we'll have to get that.
Was that a mistake or is it an intention?
Yeah, it's a mistake. I mean, it got cropped out.
No, we missed it out. Is that what you're doing? There is a.
Yeah, only the logo. The logo is not complete. I mean, the logo.
Yeah, so just.
Yeah, no worries.
So we are sorry about that. Thank you for.
No
Go ahead.
At MedPiper, what we are building is Care Stack. What we mean by Care Stack is we help corporate insurance brokers, somebody like a Plum or Pathways, build out a complete user journey solutioning. Today, insurance primarily is for inpatient care, which primarily happens at tertiary, but the whole out-of-pocket expenses gets missed out. So what we enable them is to build the services, build the vendors. It could go all the way from, so we cover 4 buckets. We cover teleconsultation, We cover diagnostics, we cover medicines, and we cover the wellness bucket. And they get to create their own complete user journeys within their insurance app, and thereby capture more of the out-of-pocket expenses that generally corporate employees have, which is about 64% of the annual spending that they do on healthcare. We started building in 2020. We already built out the technology network. We used to provide modular components of this for Tata 1MG, M-Sign, etc. So we have already proved for scale. We have proved for geographic locations. Currently, we do about $30,000 in MRR. And the goal with the cohort is now that we have the complete stack ready, now that the product is completely ready, we want to have, there are only about 350 plus brokers in India, but these are highly institutional. So we want to have the GTM access to these existing large institutional brokers. The new age insurance brokers, we already have some LOIs with them, but the old traditional ones, we do not have any of these apps. We want to provide them the complete stack so that they can white label and give it out to their brokers and push it out in the market. So yeah, that's what it is.
Thank you, and congratulations on being part of the cohort. And I'm just also looking at some questions that are coming up. When will the next cohort start and all? Just stay tuned. The TiE team will reach back to you to announce how we do it. Just want to make sure this structure and other things happens soon, and we are able to take this forward. Anyone? I think we covered quite a lot of them. Dr. Pramod Bagli, yes.
Yes, hello, good morning, everybody. I am actually the ambassador of care for Vowels Life Sciences, so kind of not directly involved. So I thought since the other representation could not come, and I'll just tell in half minute what basically we are trying to do. This Vowels Healthcare is basically a co-caring center wherein a couple or a lady, especially from mother to child, and right from pre-fertility, taking care, preparing for pregnancy, and then we have the IVF center all the way through the pregnancy and birthing and the vaccination of the child. So trying to make it like more into a holistic one, and getting the biotechnology aspect as to whether it is going to be the cord blood or placenta, and store the totipotent cells in order that later when the child, if at all, becomes sick, it will be possible to use this biotechnological newer kinds of treatment for developing organs or tissues. So kind of done that as Vowels Healthcare. As a complete both clinical as well as pediatrics, vaccination, preventive healthcare, and the biotechnology aspect into eventually going into a gene therapy. Thank you so much, TiE, for this healthcare special interest group. And I'm also going to contribute to mentoring and supporting all the cohorts, and even for those companies which are not part of it. And thank you once again, everybody here.
So congrats, Vowels Life Care, and nice to connect with you again, Dr. Pramod. I think a few weeks back we had connected for the associate members to contribute. Very nice to see you again. And we really welcome more and more people to contribute to TiE. All of us have got different expertise, different experiences. Please reach out to us. We need more volunteers. There are already few, but we are kind of looking at roles, responsibilities, how to do. The more the better, the more the diverse. Two participants have raised their hand. I think these are the last two of them who are, I don't know whom I have missed out yet. Please go ahead. Out of this time. Karthik.
Hey, hi, everyone. I represent MindCode International, and we are a digital marketing agency. And we take care of branding primarily. We ensure that, as you all know, right, whenever you want to buy any product, right, you review the product online. So we ensure that we take care of the branding online and offline as well, and also the packaging system as well.
Okay, thank you. So what we will do is, if there are no other startups, I am sure everybody, some of them may be traveling or busy over there, and only startups who haven't introduced themselves from this 10 can go ahead and do. I have a couple of other slides, and then we'll open it up for Q&A. Would that be okay? Sure.
Yes.
Sure. So once again, congratulations to Anatomic, Digital Wellness, InstaHeal, and MedPiper. Once again, sorry we missed out your logo over there. CMF Healthcare, Mediseva, Life and Limb, Pixel, Vowels, Wellbe. Very interesting startups across. Some of you have seen it from your personal life experiences and are inspired to make a change. You can see that coming through. Congratulations. The TiE Bangalore team will reach out to you for the next steps of how this cohort is going to shape up. I think they have sent out some questionnaire about your needs, etc. We're evaluating them and trying to see how to address them. Just a minute. Yeah. So coming back to this, those interested to be part of the TiE SIG group, we just want to share what are the benefits, how you can, benefits not in that sense, but how you can grow yourself. We run a very lightweight execution rhythm of 2 to 3 hours per week and commitment of 12 months. That is what we need to do, because it is just like another startup, right? We are taking on projects, delivering it, completing it, moving to the next one. And we are also very choosy that we are taking on only something that is impactful and completing it. 12 months, what's in it? You will be able to shape and execute our SIG's agenda and programs, learn from each other, etc. And some of you, like Dr. Rahul Singh said, Dr. Pramod said, you will be giving your rich experiences of the background, medical background, to some of these 2022 healthcare cohorts. And you'll be working closely with charter members, mentors, and doing it. Some of you, if you are experts in your domains, your potential speaking opportunities. These are some of the what's kind of thing, how you can grow yourself being a charter member, sorry, SIG member. So at this point in time, we have got a small core committee comprising of Dr. Lakshmi, myself, Mr. Rajiv Vasudevan, Anand. Let me just introduce each one of them. Dr. Lakshmi is the CEO of Derby Foundation. Most of you have heard of Derby Foundation. They run lots of incubation grants and other things. So Dr. Lakshmi is also the next speaker. Me, founder CEO of GTM for Health, we kind of assist startups in go-to-market. Rajiv Vasudevan is the founder and CEO of Ayurveda Hospitals. Some of you looking at that kind of a look at other spaces. He's the right person. He's leading about. Anand, very senior industry leader who is a mentor, advisor, seed investor. He also runs his own startup called as Can Mitra. He's joined us. He's right now in US, but joined us to be part of this session. And then I did see Jayashree earlier. Welcome, Jayashree. And Jayashree Kantar is the co-founder and partner of Enzia Ventures. Welcome. And of course, our Madan. Madan is the president of TiE Bangalore. Along with that, his own startup of founder and CEO of Headheld Eye. He's a core contributors, resource person. We're also adding more and more people to making it stronger and more inclusive. That's about us. What are our plans? We have put up a kind of a 6-month and a 12-month execution plan over there. Our first 6 months execution plan is all about cohorts, the 10 of them which we just now congratulated, engage them on a customized support program. That's what we want to call, because each startup is very different. Some of you have given us feedback like, I want go-to-market, I want proof of concept, and guidance on product. So we are kind of collating those to see how do we create some kind of a support program. Stay tuned, we'll come back to you. And then the other thing is also, we're planning to have some regular learning sessions once in 2 months from experts on different areas pertaining to healthcare. And of course, third one is about expert sessions. Get panel discussions on few topics that need diverse opinions, learn from them. That's the thing that we are planning to do at a monthly level. Fourth one is an interesting one. I keep telling entrepreneurs, the problem validation is the most important part. Sometimes we spend a lot of time going after a wrong problem and then we waste our time. So how would it be if we have a reverse pitch from the stakeholders themselves on what are the problems worth solving, and they've already got a real customer, right? They're telling this is a problem, please solve it. We are going to be buying it or piloting it something. So we are trying a different kind of a thing, not from investors, but real stakeholders, hospitals, labs, doctors, reverse pitch. What are the problems worth solving? This is planned for bi-monthly. These are our 6-month kind of plans over there. For next 12 months, our plan is also test bed, meaning deployments is one of the biggest challenges. How do we create a test bed for startups? We're also looking at exploring adoption of by TiE of 2 to 3 primary healthcare centers from BBMP and others over there. That way we get access to that. We kind of attempting 2 goals with one. We are also into the social impact space as well as assisting our startups also to get into that. Some contests, Regularly, we are planning to run around on different themes. That's something we have planned. And big one, a flagship annual event planned around Feb 2023. A day long or a 2-day long, we don't know how it's going to pan out, but that's the vision. A long, differentiated, a national or a global industry leaders bringing all stakeholders from different startups, different geographies. That's what the plan is. So we are kind of working on some clear timelines. We have to have a plan by August 8th and all those things over there. That's the thing. So these are things which we spoke about again in a very concise manner: cohort, catalysis, pitch sessions, reverse. These are some of the hybrid events that TiE Bangalore is running. Today is the first of the things, mixer, IE committees. We got 5th August on entrepreneurship, legal talk. Stay tuned to TiE. Just be members of TiE if you have not been members yet. Worth the investment. I've been a TiE member since 2011. Of course, a few years back, I became a TiE charter member. It's really great for entrepreneurs. A lot of learnings, a lot of things. These are the things again available on the TiE page as well. And this is it, I would say. And the last slide on that, catalyzing healthcare startups. Now we are done with it. We would like to hear from you, questions and other things over there. Thank you. Back to Raji or Lakshmi, you would be the one next speaking.
Yeah, thank you, Shashi. I think broadly, first of all, it is very good. Close to about 50 people are there who are keen on engaging with us in this whole initiative. 2 buckets. One is, I'm sure there are a lot of startups also who are here who are going to be a part of this first cohort, which we are going to run for this year. Apart from that, I think there are a lot of other, I would say, relevant stakeholders of the ecosystem who are keen on engaging with us. We also probably, we need your active support and participation in enabling this whole initiative of creating the healthcare SIG and making it more robust. In fact, Shashi and Rajiv, I would want to leave the forum open and ask people to probably, in our specific objectives and the agenda we listed, anybody here could volunteer and tell how we want to support or help us in initiating and driving specific initiatives. Number 2, any of you feel free to add if anything else could be added to make it more robust. Yeah, I think Mr. Vijay Simha has raised his hand.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity, Lakshmi. The talks have taken us through a very, very comprehensive journey of what are the things that a startup would require to be able to go through their journey in first developing a product that is relevant, and number 2, a product that addresses the market needs from that point. So I was just wondering if you folks could develop a checklist in the form of a brain map in terms of what exactly are the inputs that would...
I think we lost you for a last few seconds. Can you please come again? We lost you for a few seconds. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I was just wondering, I'll just try to go near the mesh system so that... is it clear now? Is my voice...
You lost your voice. Yeah.
Okay.
Checklist.
Yeah. So what we would probably appreciate is a checklist of things in a form of a brain map, which probably gives both the sequence of events as well as the things that need to be done as a template, which TiE could look at and say, this is where we could add value. And also, if the associates find that there are certain gaps in it, they could be augmented as a part of it. For some reason or the other, I found the template that I've done in product development over the years has been a very good starting point, more like, say, the business canvas, if you can call it, but business canvas was more very, very high level kind of stuff. but this is much more detailed. And if you could develop a set of brain maps, which, who are the resources, what they can.
I think we'll do that. I think based on the timeline, I think we'll do that. Probably put a timeline, activities and resources and the people required so that it'll be more comprehensive.
Yeah, timeline is definitely, I would say more like a sequence of events, a workflow.
I think we'll do that.
Right?
Yeah, good point.
In
Yeah,
fact,
sure.
In fact, we would like you to become part of the core activities, Vijay, and drive this, what you're just suggesting. Vijay?
Yeah,
good to see you here.
I'll be happy to work with folks both from the operational side as well as from I don't know, whatever you call it. Yeah. I mean, the thing is that I also have, within my circle of startups, which is about 100 and plus odd startups who keep popping in and out of my everyday life. I have a list of, things that they come up with and the questions and the FAQs and stuff like that.
Yes.
But I know also from the point of view, there are certain infrastructural gaps within the ecosystem, both from the point of view of the knowledge of the domain and also from the ability of getting the knowledge in a much more multidisciplinary way, in the sense that you may consult a physician, but you will get clinical domain inputs, but they are not able to give you inputs in the engineering side. So therefore, it would be more like a bunch of specialists sitting across the table listening to your problem and thinking laterally to be able to give you the right direction. So that's what I thought probably is what is lacking in the ecosystem at the moment. And TiE would be a very, very good platform to actually tie the people up together, as they would say.
Thanks, Vijay. Actually, very important points. In fact, between the pitch sessions and the reverse pitch sessions, and also the expert panel discussions that we're looking at having, would certainly take these suggestions in mind. Very important. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
We'll be in touch with you in this regard.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thanks, Vijay.
Bye.
Nishant, I think you may want to unmute.
Yeah, Dr. Lakshmi, thank you so much for this opportunity. And my name is Nishant. I manage a health informatics company. We are more of an integration platform. So one request to the team is like in the presentation, Shashi had mentioned that we could do a proof of concept in a governmental hospital setup for the startups which are part of the cohort. So from my experience, whatever I know, it's very, very difficult to get through the government bureaucracy and all and do a trial in that particular space. Unless people like Dr. Rahul is there in the team who can support us. I've seen a doctor, okay? So we need to get that kind of an access, maybe one private and one governmental. If these two partners are available with us, maybe for Ayurveda, Dr. Rajiv can support us. Maybe for allopathy, we will have to find maybe Derby Foundation has got their own network. So that one hospital could be a trial place. So wherein we get, as a startup, we get an opportunity to solve a particular case, and that case can be mentioned that it has reduced so much of time, so much of patient life I saved. So if there is a credibility which is put up at the hospital level itself, it becomes more convincing for the next customer, because many times in healthcare innovations, people are skeptical to adopt new things, okay, because of legal cases, or whether it can be deployed. Is it really workable in a scenario?
So Nishant, if I may interrupt, because in the interest of time, certainly this is a very important objective, and that is one of the key things that that SIG is looking at enabling. So we will study this problem in greater detail, whether it's a public clinical setting, a public health clinical setting, or it is a private sector clinical setting. We'll definitely look at that and do engage, because today is a launch and we'll be coming back with regular interactions, Nishant. So look forward to that interaction. Yes, and we'll stay engaged. Yeah. At this stage, as we go towards the concluding minutes of our.
Sir, one small question, sir.
Yes, Nishant.
Dr. Chakravarti, This is Dr.
Yes, Dr.
Chakravarti.
Chakravarti. Haji.
So
Yes, please.
I just want to know whether I'm Dr. Chakravarti. I just want to know what is the next step after ideation? Like, do you have any access to incubators or something? Like, how do I go about after the ideation stage? What is the next step? Like, I just want to know that part.
Dr. Lakshmi, would you like to respond to that, please?
Rajiv, Dr. Lakshmi
She's dropped off, right?
Yeah,
She's just
yeah.
dropped off because of this. Yeah. So, within the TiE ecosystem, there are different types of resources and skills, and that is why we are building this larger ecosystem. Because each startup, and if you notice what has been told in the slide presentation which was shared earlier, we are talking about customized support programs. So beginning with these 8 health, so it's important to engage, be part of the process. There'll be some common lessons for everybody, but also specific inputs depending on the startup and their peculiar or specific challenges. So this is what we will be trying to achieve. So do stay engaged and we'll come back. So if it's an incubator site, you look, there are both public incubators and private incubators where you may be able to test. So we have to look at a case-by-case basis, Dr. Chakra. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Some other hands have been raised. If everybody can be quick, I'm just trying to see. I missed that. Akash Gupta, please go ahead if you can be brief and do share this. Welcome your comments. Yeah. You're muted, Akash. Yeah.
Hey, hi. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry. I must have missed it, but Sashisha sir had talked about the reverse pitches where you'll have like hospitals and medical practitioners coming and talking about the problems that they face.
Yes.
Are these sessions open to all or only for the cohorts, the 8 companies which have been selected for the cohorts?
In general, it would be open to more than just the cohort. This program, the SIG the cohort is very customized activities, but we would also look at the curating and ensuring that other participants can also be part of this program. Yeah. Which company do you represent?
Sir, I run a data science consultancy based out of Mumbai. We are thinking about consulting, and we are mostly in the computer vision and unstructured space. We provide like the entire pipeline for the development of models and deployment of it.
Great to have you part of the Bangalore SIG, and to stay connected, Akash. Yeah. I think there were some other names as well. Quickly, Sujata Vishweshware, if you can come in, please. Yes, please. You're muted.
Yeah. Thank you, Rajiv. So, one of the things, especially when we talk about these reverse pitches, what can be included is, see, as part of this ecosystem, we are kind of meeting a lot of people, and there are certain partnerships, right? Very meaningful partnerships. Like, for example, as part of TiE, I was able to partner with 2 other people, maybe not in the same healthcare, but another industry, but so relevant to what we are doing. So maybe as part of these learning sessions, if this learning is also included as part of these pitching sessions, that would be a great thing.
Surely, appreciate that. In fact, at this stage, what I would urge is that each one of you have made some comments, and I remember Ashok from InstaHeal. Everybody is talking about what is the kind of support they seek from the SIG. So it will be good if you can send in a mail to Sai or to Vinay Dora and tell what exactly is your suggestions, your needs, and your suggestions to be participating much more effectively in this group. Right? We heartily welcome that, Sujata. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. We hope to hear from you soon. Harshita, would you like to go ahead? Harshita?
Yeah, hello.
Yes, please.
Hi, I'm Harshita. I'm founder of Mia Siesta AI.
Yes. Could you put on your video, please, so everybody can see you?
Sorry, I'm traveling, so it would
be
a
bit... Go ahead. Okay, go ahead, please.
So, thank you for setting this up. We missed to apply for the cohort, but I'm really interested in also the side activities that would be happening, because it's also very important for my company to connect and get more networking, get more support. So is there some way the startups which are not part of cohort can be aware of different activities?
We'll definitely keep you in the loop. So that is why you can join the SIG, you can be part of the overall activities. and contribute both as a recipient and also contributor. So different ways in which you could be part of this, right? So do engage with us in detail. Be in touch with the Secretariat. Thank you. Yeah. Siddharth, would you like to go ahead? Please introduce yourself and go ahead. Yeah. Siddharth?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, but your video is just gone now.
Yeah, for some reason, I'm not able to switch on the video.
Okay, you are there. Yeah, we can see
Am I visible now?
Yes, very much. Go ahead, please.
So I'm Dr. Siddharth. I'm the co-founder of Wellbe, which is basically a corporate wellness startup. Yes. And we are into lifestyle disease management and improving health outcomes and productivity issues of corporate employees.
Yes.
And what we are essentially providing is a tailor-made, personalized, preventive and curative solutions, along with some motivational interventions, while at the same time we make it measurable for the corporates through a dedicated experience management software. And we are currently a wellness and telemedicine partner to corporates like TUV, SUD, Sterlite Technology.
Yes. Sure.
And, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, it's an excellent effort. We've seen your introduction as well.
Yeah.
And we appreciate that. So I think it'll be good to be part of what we're doing at TiE, and we welcome you to the larger activities. So there is a larger ecosystem that we're bringing together where somebody may be able to contribute to what you're doing at Wellbe, as well as vice versa, right? So both the things will happen. Any specific comments or suggestions from your end?
So basically, I'll be looking at some corporate access because, as I said, we are into B2B. We have an enterprise solution. So with TiE, my expectation would be to have a better market access. And since we are an alternate care provider, so I would like to grow my network of alternate care specialists as well, which is Ayurveda, yoga, meditation, healers, and all of that. So we are a complete well-being solution provider, and to grow the network through TiE is something which I would be looking at.
Great. Right, Siddharth. You're in the right place. I'm sure you'll get that opportunity to connect with a much larger ecosystem. Thank you. Do stay in touch. Gangadhar.
Thanks.
Yeah, please go ahead. We are running against time. We are about beyond our schedule, but quickly, go ahead, please.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Gangadhar.
Yeah, we are a health tech startup. Actually, we provide platform for the healthcare providers. Basically, we give them, anyone who wants to start their healthcare practice or the wellness practice, they can quickly launch their own website, their own mobile app, branded mobile app using our platform. Basically, we provide them the digital front door in various channels. Basically, not only the website, mobile app, WhatsApp. So different, they can do their marketing as well as improve their client experiences. So I would like to offer this to all, being part of this cohort, anyone who wants this kind of platform, I want to offer this one to them and take this platform so that everyone can benefit being part of this cohort.
Surely. Thanks very much for that, and look forward to engaging and getting to know more about the specifics of your solution.
Sure.
Thank you, Gangadhar. Ronak, would you like to comment? Yeah, thank you. Quickly, please.
Hello, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, please. You are.
Yeah, hi, everyone. Thanks for having this session. It's the first time I'm getting connected with TiE Bangalore, so it feels great to be here. So my name is Ronak Swankar. I'm part of a health tech startup called Wondersight. With Wondersight, we are trying to provide medical extended reality-based digital therapeutics for mental well-being and mental health. We are in very early stage of our journey, and we are looking for venues such as TiE Bangalore to connect more with industry experts and also to connect with local hospitals, clinics, and so on. So one question I would want to understand is how do we get associated with TiE's activities, and as a startup, how do we benefit from what all TiE has to offer? Yeah, thanks.
So Ronak, I think the presentation did outline what exactly we're doing to support all healthcare startups. And in any case, you have registered, your database is with us. We'll be regularly mailing out to you about various activities. So
sure, sir. So we are not registered yet, but we look forward to
it. You've done through this call, you would have registered, so your details would be with us. So we'll take
great.
Thank you. In the interest of time, I would also like to finally ask Ms. Jayashree Kanthar. Jayashree is from NCA Ventures and a core member of this entire core committee of TiE Healthcare SIG. So I also want to welcome some of our senior charter members who are present here. Chino, I can see you, and all the mental health players. I'm sure that you would be seeing very interesting things happening there. So first Jayashree, then Chino, and if anybody else who would like to quickly speak before we wrap up. Yeah, Jayashree, over to you.
Hi, thank you, Rajiv and Madan, for having me as a part of this very passionate group. Looking forward to actively participate and channelize all our energies towards helping build some of the successful ventures from some of the founders here and otherwise. My one bit, having seen a lot of healthcare startups over the last 14 years, is as important it is to channelize energies to know where to channelize energies, like the do's. It is equally important to know where not to channelize energies, and hopefully that's where also we can bring in some experience as well as connect with other experts from our networks. So looking forward, and thank you very much.
Shri, that was great, and look forward to that. I think all the entire cohort and the larger healthcare startup community will look forward to that. So great, thank you. And Chino, would you like to? Yes, please.
I just logged in on a lark when this came up, and I'm glad that I did, because I think there's a lot of good work that's going on, and happy to contribute as best as I can. I am a social scientist, and I believe that all healthcare begins with the space between our ears. So happy to contribute. I have a fair bit of exposure in this area, and anybody that needs support, happy to do that. Happy to contribute in any way. Thank you very much.
Chino, I can't help adding that it is not just the space between the ears, but the space in the stomach also. So, everything's connected. So, yeah. So I think we have 10 minutes beyond our scheduled stop time. It's been a wonderful morning in terms of meeting, very exciting set of entrepreneurs and points of view and people who can contribute. As far as TiE Bangalore is concerned, I'm sure that on behalf of all TiE Bangalore stakeholders, this has been a very good start to the TiE SIG. We'll be engaging with you. There is a calendar, and the TiE Secretariat, Shashi, Dr. Lakshmi, myself, Jayashree, all other TRA, Anand, the larger ecosystem will be in touch with you. So with that, thank you once again for being here, and namaste, and we'll be in touch with you. Thank you very much.